What's up everybody, my name is October, and in this video I'm going to show you guys a lazy way to make color bass in Ableton 12. So the only thing you'll need is a bass and a pad. I already have a bass loop ready here by Posthuman, and this is what it sounds like. But just for the sake of the video, I did add some drums. And then side change it to the bass. I have this little pad loop right here by Ace Aura. Preferably use the same key as the bass loop or whatever you wrote in your MIDI. But it really doesn't have to be the same key if it sounds good. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of piece and then make it look nice, just like that. And also while you're at it, duplicate your bass layer and add an EQ to it. Just to make it easy, I'm going to add an EQ3 and then cut the mids and the highs. This way we only have the sub. We're going to come back to this later, so I'm going to disable it for now. Now let's focus on the main bass layer. On the main bass layer, you would have to add a vocoder, and in this case, I'm going to be using Yoku's vocoding rack. And this vocoding rack has EQ8, OTT, saturator, reverb, classical compression, and glue compressor. I'm just going to scroll through them again so you can copy the settings. If you want, you can pause the video as well. And now let's get to the real deal. So what you want to do is disable the pad, go back to the vocoder, make sure the carrier is at external and the audio form is your pad. This way, your bass loop or your MIDI layer will go from sounding like this to sound like this. As you notice, it got rid of most of the low end, and we're going to make sure it doesn't have any low end by drawing out the low end. I said that a lot. So let's just do that. Now it sounds a little bit different. And that's where the duplicated layer comes in handy. I'm just going to enable it again. And you can add whatever you want. I prefer the Serum 2 effects. I'm just going to add a distortion. Let's put up the drive a little bit. Now it sounds like this. If you want, you can do it more. That's what I'm going to do, around 90%. Now this is what the complete thing sounds like. Another thing you can do is make your own bass. Use the same vocoding technique to make another layer. And you will have this. That was a very simple tutorial. Of course, if you're more experienced in production than me, then you can make something awesome using this technique. And it doesn't really stop with color bass or dubstep. You can use this technique in every genre you can think of. This was October, and I'm going to see you guys in another video.